Hello, everyone. I was born, raised, and educated in New York City. I love this city, and I love NYU's current leadership, President Andy Hamilton, Provost Katie Fleming, the chairman of our Board of Trustees, Bill Berkeley, for making the commitment to educate and empower the next generation of scientists here at NYU. Now, a lot of times we think about science and we don't really understand what it means to be a scientist. To be a scientist is to be willing to take an enormous risk, to sort of take steps without knowing where the staircase is. And that's something that is a privilege to do. It's particularly a privilege for me because I was someone who was raised in New York City in a household that was socioeconomically disadvantaged. I'm the daughter of a transit worker, and it was just by luck that I was able to get a scholarship to go to Columbia College and realize my dream to become a scientist. I currently work here at NYU. I'm a professor, and I teach undergraduates and master's students and doctoral students. And anyone who sits in any of my courses knows that I have a fundamental belief that science is about turning your passion into action. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I do health disparities research, and all my colleagues have been talking a lot about basic science. But I want to talk to you about big picture science. I want to talk to you about health disparities. Now, 10 days ago, on April 4th, we celebrated and honored the legacy of the late, great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, who, as you know, died 50 years ago, fighting for our right to equality, and including our right to self-determination, our right to think independently, to speak for ourselves, to raise our voices in protest, and to stand up for our beliefs. I believe in science. I believe that health is a human right. I believe that the fact that you grow up poor, or that because of your gender or your race, ethnicity, or your sexual orientation, or your status as other, you should not have higher rates of preventable diseases. Asthma, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, infant mortality. These are all things that are preventable, yet differences in socioeconomic status continue to perpetuate health disparities. I believe that where you live, where you can afford to live, should not determine whether or not you will be at increased risk for environmental exposures to air pollution, to toxic chemicals, to pesticides, to insecticides. I believe, well, actually I know, that the answer to reducing and eliminating health disparities will come out of scientific inquiry. We need scientists from diverse backgrounds. We need more women scientists. We need more scientists from the LGBTQIA community. We need more scientists from diverse backgrounds and nationalities, and we need them now. And I am so honored and proud to be a member of the faculty at NYU, where we have a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And where, coupled with the recent commitment to science education, I truly believe we will educate the next generation of scientists who will solve many of the problems that are most pressing in the 21st century related to health disparities. So I leave you with the words of the late, great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, a question he posed, and I want you to think about it as we march today. And that is, will we only march to the music of time, or will we, risking criticism and abuse, march to the soul-saving music of eternity? Thank you.